ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you are going to have a good time, because I am just here for a good time. Today we're going to be talking about the BZ-75, a tank that's been in the game for a little bit. I don't really see it very often in the battlefield. When it first came out, I played both guns, and I enjoyed the other gun at first. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to just try playing the derp gun in ratings and kind of just test where it's at. And well, this thing cooks. If you love the Smasher, if you love playing a 1A3, if you love playing a KV2, those derpy heavy tanks that have a standard round HE, that have high penetration, high damage, this is going to be the tank for you. It's not a bad tank, and it does what it needs to do on the battlefield. Now today we're going to be talking about the armor profile, statistics, and gameplay. And again, I'm already going to say it, I will recommend this tank for about any player. It is quite easy to use and get the hang of, and there are a few weak spots that you need to watch out. Alright, so yes, there are two guns. Most people do use the 152mm, which is kind of like the ISU, the KV2, the Smasher. It does very good. But let's talk about the 130mm before we go to the big derpy boy. So what's the difference? You get better damage per minute, you get a better reload, you get better pen, you get better aim time, you get better dispersion, but your damage does drop quite a bit. You still keep the 8 degrees of gun depression, you still have 20 degrees of gun elevation, and your consummate stays the same of 5 when you're stationary. Now the big boy, this guy, your aim time goes to 3.9, your dispersion is not great, but you can still snap some shots. Your damage per minute is 2,151, not bad for a big derpy boy, especially when you can max roll on some other tanks. And I'll show you some armor profiles of other tanks that you can smack with your premium Hesh. Reload time, 17 seconds, does take a long time, especially when you're in a dire situation, but most people tend to avoid you when you're reloading, because they're like, oh, I'll clear the other guy. By the time I'm done with him, I'll be back to shooting this guy, but you end up putting another round into them. And sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, you're going to be splashing them. But the overall statistics, you have a decent turret with 240mm of armor. There are certain angles that are going to expose your turret armor to other tanks that can pen it a lot easier with their premium rounds or even standard rounds. Your sights are good. I tend to side scrape in this thing quite often. Anyways, the mobility, it does get around quite well. I feel like for a derpy guy, it's probably one of the better derpy tanks that are at high tier, and it's a tier 10. BZ-75, shooting the BZ-75, and as you can tell, there are two pretty big cupolas. This little area is not a weak spot, nor this, nor these. Shoot the big cupolas right there, and you can pen them. Most tanks are able to pen those if they have the pen, and of course the lower plate is going to be visible. And then if you do try to play hold down, you can expose these lower parts of the cheeks. So be wary about that, because smarter players are going to shoot these areas right here when they're exposed. It does get a little bit harder to pen these spots, but if you do have the penetration, you're going to go right through. You have this lip as well with standard rounds that you can pretty much go through if they're side scraping against you. But when you're looking at this turret full face on, man, it is a nasty thing to deal with, especially when he pokes. But always try, maybe he's exposing this little area, shoot down there. Looks like you can splash around there as well, but definitely take advantage of that lip in the back. Now, when we change this millimeter to the premium ammo, you're going to be splashing everywhere. There's not going to be penning, but you can deal a decent amount. Now, if you get the sides of this bad boy, I mean, dang, cool. Whoa. Woo! Slap that, and a lot of people get caught off guard because I think they're forgetting about this tank, especially when they try over poking on a ridge, like a Chieftain Mark 6, a Super Conqueror, those kind of tanks. You get that lower plate, all you have to do is smash them with that premium HE. Now, regular HE, I use that quite a lot actually, to keep people at bay. I'm just going to come around the corner. I know I can't pin your turret. I know I'm not going to be able to splash you. Boom, I'll just use the free version and just deal some damage. Keep you at bay. And then maybe if you try poking again, another teammate will have a shot on you. So this tank is kind of, you need to be aware of what's going on and use the ammunition correctly to maximize what you can do and keep pressure on the enemy. Armor profile is pretty dang good, just sitting there. Let's go look at it from another tank's perspective that's not just the BZ-75. Shooting at a Chieftain Mark 6, of course you can pin certain areas on this tank with your regular premium rounds, but you're only going to be doing your average damage of 620. If you can get a shot off at that lower plate, guys, go for it. Because if you max roll, that's 975 damage dealt to a Chieftain or any other tank that has weak spots like that. And yes, you can pen the half Chieftain Mark 6 with the premium HE. Now, if you use regular HE, you're just going to be splashing him. If you can get the rear, boom, you have a chance of being able to do, I think it's 1,000 plus damage. So take advantage of using the ammunition correctly on this thing. Go into a training room with a friend and see what tanks are very vulnerable to the different types of rounds that the BZ-75 carries. Alright, so we're going to be on Fort Despair and all tier 10 matchmaking, so we can get an idea of what tier 10s we can slap around with the different ammunition types here. As I said, I've been testing this in ratings, seeing how this gun performs. Lately, I've been averaging, I think it's 2.6 damage with this gun and averaging about a 72% win rate. So I would take advantage of this gun before too many people figure out that it's kind of broken when played very correctly. So we're going to be going over to the heavy side, but I'm actually going to be going to kind of where the TDs go in the little box areas, because I want to be able to HE splash the side of tanks that are going to be exposed in, I call it the banana area. You have this little area that these guys are going to be in. I want to be able to get side shots on them. That's where I'm going to be the most effective. But I do see a 57 here shooting the side of my guys. I'm going to see where I can pen. But I think I'm going to use a regular round here and not risk the weird little tiny angles on the 57 and just use splash. I want to get a solid 500 plus damage dealt there. 57 does fall back. We're going to be looking for another shot there on him. And look at that. We're going to get his turret again. 575. We're up to 1,000 damage dealt. The BZ is getting pushed. That's what happens when you push up there alone. We're going to try to HE this FB. Oh, there's the premium ammo 764 on the turret of the 50B. Brother, do not poke me when I am reloading. I will smack you. Alright, we're going to try to get him out here. We're going to go for a clutch shot. Ooh. Trying to go for a splash shot there, but it went too far to the spot that I did not like. So far, almost 2,000 damage. Ooh, Chieftain, Chieftain. Do not let me slap you for 820, especially when you're not paying attention to what you're driving and you crash. Chieftain now is down to a one-shot. It is important playing this tank that you use the correct ammunition, because it makes a huge difference. Huge difference. And they shut down the 50B, I shut down the FB, they shut down the Chieftain now. We got a 57 pushing in. Ooh, we're going to try to catch him off guard, get the side of that turret with some beautiful HE here. Ah, I turned his turret a little too hard. but the FB is able to pick him off. We're up to 3,000 damage almost here. I am going to make a play. Or are we? Ooh, there's an FB. Nah, we're gonna go look for this guy. Looks like he's gonna be pushing our Kronwagen. I am gonna get the side of this bad boy. 743 damage, guys. Oh, it's nasty. You put this tank in good spots, you're dealing it. And a lot of the times, dealing that heavy 600, 700, 800, even 900 bombs of damage can really affect the team and how well the game goes. We put in a regular round into the cupola. Trying to see if the 183 is going to connect here. Trying to stay out of his line of fire. He gets a nice shot into the rear, which allows me to be able to use regular HE on him. But we're going to use AP to make sure that that space armor does not troll us here. Think about going this way. But, ooh, there's the FB. There's the FB. We got that HE ready. Maybe AP. No, we're just going to go for HE. Get the 300 down on him, which allows the 183 to be able to put 1,000, almost 1,000 onto him. That makes him a one-shot for me. I know I have the reload. I'm going to finish him off here. I don't know what the LT is doing. He's taking forever to push the 183. But even then, I probably could have HE'd him anyways. That secures 3 kills, and 3 kills for the 183. Great teamwork. Great teamwork. Great job strategizing there with the 183. And yes, I'm not that far in ratings because I just started. But whatever. I don't really care about ratings in the first place. It's kind of lame. But we do secure 5,296 damage. We assist in 3 destructions. We destroyed 3. We damaged 6. Securing ourselves a high caliber medal for that 5K. And we do get the ace tanker in this beautiful tank. Ended up earning quite a bit of stuff for the awards and events. A great amount of XP and credits. And 50 points. Great job to the rest of the team trying to do their best. Foch held out as best he could. And these guys, well, they could have done better, but that 183 and me clearly smacked people around that game. And the 183 hitting both of those shots was very important to winning that game. Alright, we're going to be in another ratings battle with this tank. Since I enjoyed this tank so much, I'm going to be showing another game of using the ammunition correctly, getting into a position that works for your tank, and so on. We are going to be lagging a bit in this game. The winter time is not the best for my Wi-Fi since I do live pretty much in the middle of the mountains. So it's... sometimes I'm usually playing Skyrim or Fallout. I mean, they're not bad games. They're not bad games. Or I'm playing like Assassin's Creed. Or Wildlands, Breakpoint. Something offline. Having fun. We're going to be going after this leopard. Ooh, he's stuck. He's stuck. Oh, he drops. Darn. Imagine being able to clear that with the first shot for that amount of damage. Ooh, boy. We're going to be going for... It did not fly true to where I wanted it. No. But that does make him a one-shot. But he's still alive and can be a pesky tank with vision. E3 in this spot is nasty. I really don't want to deal with him slapping the cupolas on my tank. We're in a strong trade here, half HP from taking that huge shot from him. We have a Vickers here with us as well on the hill. And it's like trying to see what this E3 is going to do. Because I really don't like E3s versus this thing. Or any TDs that Okay, so they're just not there. Oh boy, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for an AP. Probably hit the very bottom of where the turret bends there, and we didn't bend that. We probably could have just shot HE just to deal that splash damage. Looking for shots. The Vicar's gonna block us again, yeah. Oh boy, we got an HE shell. We're trying to wait for him. Looks like an FB is gonna be flanking us here. Oh boy. We got a VK, we got a 71 looking this way. Oh! Bad aim! Bad aim. So far, this game is not looking very good for us. Oh, where did that come from? Probably... I don't know. But look at that lower plate! We smash him with the premium Esh. Making him a one-shot. Ooh, there's the E3. There's the E3. I want to get him out. He shuts down that guy. We're going to go for HE. Try to. We're seeing where we can go. We're going to go with regular round here on the bottom plate. 665, which is fantastic. M60 puts a shot into him. M60, back up, dude. Oh, boy. The only thing about this tank is that its turret traverse is terrible. So we lose 1,200 to that guy. 2 versus 3 now. We're gonna land an HE shell. Hopefully it does a decent amount of damage. Never mind. It's gonna go elsewhere. E3 is gonna be pushing me. I'm gonna guess he's gonna go straight up the direction that he is looking. So I'm gonna poke the side of this rock because I'm gonna beat his reload. Since he died at the same time and I killed him at the same time, does this make this a 1 versus 3? Probably not. But now I am in a 1 versus 2. The cap is in their favor. BK and 71. 2 very tough tanks to deal with. I think about going to A, but I'm like, no, I want to keep C because I can defend C from here and I can defend B. And I believe that the VK was coming this way on B side. I don't want to get flanked on here, but I want to have the control of the hill. He's probably going to go down that alleyway. I believe he's about 600 HP. Oop, there's the VK. Oh, he's 9 HP, which allows me to just hit him. We blocked 600 damage, which is huge for us. Hitting our ammo rack, thank goodness that did not explode. We are now ahead with killing the VK. Which means this guy has to push us. We're going to load a regular round. And we're going to connect a 683. Either way, I take a hit. The cap is going to cap it out. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I'll just smash you with HE because you're so low and get 1,000 points as well. 4 kills. Well. We do secure a first class for that one. We do also get the Top Gun, and it was not a 1 versus 3. We do get 3,390. Not that great for tier 10. But nobody really plays this tank, so it should be fairly easy to get higher classes in this tank. We do block 600, damage 6, destroyed 4. Decent amount of experience and credits earned. And, well, Minotaur had a great ammo rack in the game, I believe, with like 1,000 plus. E4 did a great job. So these top 3 players with me did a great job on hitting that 3K goal for anyone who wants to be competitive, and Minotauro definitely got that 4K, which is nice. But carried the team to that victory with clearing up and using the ammunition correctly, and putting myself in areas that made me a bit more effective, even though we did have some wasted shots. So anyways, guys, yeah, to replay, sorry it is a little bit longer on a tank that most people really don't play. I am going to say it, if you love the KV2 and that playstyle of just derping, smashing, and wrecking people's days, play this tank. Because even if you don't pen, you're still going to deal an amount of splash damage, unless if you get a weird wacky angle. I think this tank is worth it. I think it is a tank that anyone can master quite easily if they think, don't YOLO, and take their time and aim and pick their targets well, and use the correct ammunition, of course. Anyways, guys, hopefully you got an idea of how to deal with this guy if it starts getting more popular. And if you are going to be playing this tank, understand those weaknesses, but understand the strength of this gun, and get to smashing and sending kids crying to the garage. GG's, everyone. Take care, and see you on the battlefield.